Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network. Welcome to the show. We are joined by Dr. Luigi DiRubba, and he's a chiropractor at Central Connecticut Chiropractic, based out of Cheshire, Connecticut. And we're excited to talk more about his background, about the work he does, and of course, how he's helping you, the whole person, with his approach to healing and wellness. How are you doing today, Doctor?
Excellent. Thank you for the invite, Jill. Appreciate it.
Well, excited you're here. And let's just start right off the top, if you can, and tell us how we can contact you. Could you share the website?
Yes. The office information is CheshireChiropractic.com, CHESHIRE, chiropractic.com. The cell phone number is 203-272-3239.
Beautiful. And we're excited to have you here. And if you don't mind just telling us a little bit of your background. I know you've been licensed since, was it 1993? So if you don't mind sharing a little bit of your background to get started, I think will be great. Thank you.
Great. Yes, I've been practicing here in Cheshire, Connecticut since 93. I was fortunate enough to start chiropractic care at a very early age myself. Saw the benefits. I had great, inspiring doctors that kind of led me along this path, even though I was, I was involved in my family business for quite a while. It's been a great experience helping people since 93. And since I take care of so many children and seniors, it's just beautiful. It's a great mix in my practice.
Got it. Well, would you mind just diving in a little further into what happened to you at a young age? Hence, chiropractic care became a wow eye-opener to you. Would you mind sharing that story with us?
Yeah, I just ended up having some sports injuries, specifically a neck injury. My uncle had recommended my parents that I see a chiropractor. My parents, I don't even think they knew at the time what a chiropractor was. Started seeing him, and it just made sense, and I was getting relief. I didn't have to have surgery, so that was a big plus.
Well, clearly it was very helpful. And is that what you say what inspired you to become a chiropractor, or who was your inspiration behind that?
Well, there were a few inspiring doctors who kind of great mentors. And I was looking forward to getting into healthcare, but I didn't know what at the time. Until I eventually, started meeting up with these doctors, and they inspired me to continue on the path of becoming a chiropractor.
Got it. Amazing. Well, let's talk a little bit about your whole person approach to healing and wellness. Let's get to some of the clients and what their, situations that they're coming to, or what are the benefits of coming to a chiropractor. And yes, we're definitely going to dive into the pediatric care as well in just a moment. But give us your assessment of the whole person approach, if you don't mind.
Well, as we know, most people, experience chiropractic care due to, or should start seeing a chiropractor because of neck or back injury or a headache situation. But really, chiropractic is about the whole body approach. Yeah. The central nervous system regulates and coordinates all your functions. When spinal bones are misaligned in the body, and when we say misaligned, they're very minimal misalignments, but they alter the behavior of the body. So health conditions start developing. Muscles and ligaments in the body's movement changes, and the body keeps adapting and compensating. And so all these things start developing, and it's a slow, incremental effect till eventually you go to bend over and tie your shoe, and you can't straighten out, or you turn your head, and all of a sudden you're stuck. But the problem has been lingering for quite a while. And also it's related to a lot of organ dysfunction, sinuses, respiratory conditions, digestive problems, premenstrual syndrome in women, gynecological issues, fertility. So in children, it's just great because, when you start getting a child adjusted for their subluxations in their spine, you start seeing that child really change dramatically with their health problems.
Interesting. And I mean, it's fascinating. I just love this world of medicine. And then I feel like there's a lot of people, believing in the old school traditional medicine. Plus, now you also have the energy type healing. You have all these holistic services, but the aim and the goal is to really help someone feel better, no matter what it takes, right? And if it's a combination of this, hey, why not? And I'm excited that, you are talking a lot about chiropractic care for children because growing up, and I'm 47, right? I didn't know anything about chiropractic care at my age. And I feel like it's a lot more common today. I know other people that are going. Could you share a little bit about this, when it does come to children? And let's get to, why are we doing this for our children? What are the benefits?
Yeah, I'm glad you asked that question. We're coming to a point now. It's not even anymore if you're, what is chiropractic or you're going to a chiropractor. It's more of who is your chiropractor now.
Yeah.
More and more people are looking at it as saying, I want to take a very conservative approach to my health for myself and my family.
Yeah.
Children, the reason why I promote it in my office is, hey, we've damaged our bodies as adults. We've have all these weaknesses already. We can help you manage and change a little bit of how your lifestyle is. But the key thing is get your children and your grandchildren in the office. Those are the ones that we can really prevent and promote a different lifestyle. It really comes down to the issue of what are your health choices?
Yeah.
And do we want to wait till we get sick and then try to enter healthcare? Or do we want to start focusing on being much more proactive in the healthcare environment? And that we're seeing that trend growing, very dramatically.
Interesting. And at what age can children start benefiting from someone like yourself?
The minute
You
they're
see
born.
Okay, good. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
And even when they're in the womb.
Well, yeah, I take care of a lot of pregnant mommies, and at the same time, I've also been assisting with some births. And mom and parents have asked me to be in the facility, the hospital or birthing facility with them. And we've adjusted the baby with the umbilical cord still. We checked and adjusted the baby with the umbilical cord attached.
Amazing.
So it's phenomenal. It really is. And you see it when parents start getting their children under care. They don't really know. I should say they don't realize what a change the child experiences until, wow, my child's sleeping better. Less tummy aches or digestive issues, less respiratory problems. Oh, wow, he hasn't had a cold in so long. And he's not as fussy, or he or she is not as fussy and irritable. Then they start tying it all together and saying, okay, reducing the neurological stress in the body by getting adjusted, eating having a cleaner lifestyle with nutrition and physical activity, avoiding chemicals and processed foods. And there you go. You got a great recipe for a proactive lifestyle.
Yep. Oh my goodness. I love hearing this. And you did mention there's a lot of pregnant women that you help with, and do you also provide them with reading material? Do you recommend certain books for them as well?
Yes. First I want to show you this chart here. I give this to all my patients. This is a spinal nerve chart. This actually comes right out of Gray's Anatomy.
Oh, wow.
It shows the relationship of the nervous system with all the parts of the body, and how when there's irritation at those nerve levels, it alters on how the body functions. And these are the kind of symptoms. So if you have anybody ever would like one, they can email our office. We'll send them one. These are the books I recommend to parents to read. One is called Well-Adjusted Babies.
Okay.
Talks about, lifestyle choices and things that, they can, change in their approach with expecting parents and their child's development. Some books in regards to husband coach childbirth, which is a phenomenal book by Dr. Bradley. Husband and wives should be reading this, and, parents should be reading it and looking at it from a perspective of how can parents, without having, intervention that might be detrimental to the child.
Oh my goodness.
The issue of vaccines has been very, a big factor in healthcare. Everybody's talking about the pros and cons of vaccination. Well, I tell my parents that are coming into the office, there are two great books they should look up and pick them up and read them. The more informed they are, the better choices they'll make. And it really comes down to informed consent and knowing, hey, I made my decision based on knowledge, not just because somebody told me so.
Yeah. Wow. Well, hold on. At this time, I just want to remind everyone how we can reach out to you. CheshireChiropractic.com. That's CheshireE. Chiropractic spelled Chiropractic.com. And also you can click on, there's a great article there, Why Chiropractic Care for Children, which I just want to point out. And I read that before. And also to contact you, it's 203-272-3239. And you're also active on social media. I saw you on Facebook, Instagram, if you just search up the name as well.
Yes.
Beautiful. All right. Well, go ahead.
And we have a weekly, it's a monthly or bi-weekly newsletter we put out. Anytime something comes out, we kind of shoot out a message to all our patients so they could go to the website and sign up for our newsletter also.
Beautiful. And you also are actively involved, you say, to help your patients in any way you can. And I mean, you've gotten, received, I should say, many awards, recognitions in the state, national level. So, I could brag for you. But do you mind telling me your proudest, award and achievement, would you say?
Well, yeah, I was actually just recently given the Lifetime Achievement Award here in Connecticut by the Connecticut Chiropractic Council.
Awesome.
I've had numerous other awards from many, various organizations. Been involved on a state level. I was past president for 2 terms in 2000. God, so long ago. 2005 to 2010, I think. I was representative for the International Chiropractors Association.
Wow.
But I've slowed down on the so-called profession side, but I'm still in active practice for my patients and just love it. It's a great joy knowing that you're making a difference and looking at it from a different perspective. Yeah. Because you can hear about the typical approach to health, from drug ads and TV commercials and social media. But what can I do on a proactive level to change my life? And then I can hopefully make a difference in that person.
Beautiful. I would love, if you don't mind, to hear a patient story or two, a testimonial in a sense as to, the type of work you've done, and who you've helped. I know there's plenty, but is there any patient stories or one or two that you want to share as well?
There's a whole bunch on the website.
Yep.
My staff continuously posts them on the website from our patients, but the one that I love the most was actually not too long ago. An older gentleman. He's 93. Came into the office with a walker, chronic ailments of health issues, been on a lot of medication, and he just said, "Listen, I heard that you could help me." Mm-hmm. That's without even me examining me yet. And he goes, I want to live healthier lifestyle. I want to live to 105. Okay, let's see what we can do.
Wow.
And so now it's been, 2 years that he's been under care. No walker, no cane. He's active. He walks 2 miles every day. He's down to only 1 medication from 4, I think, originally. And patients love him when he comes in because he's like the Mr. Happy-Go-Lucky. And so he's a totally different person at 93. Well, I should say 95 now.
Amazing. Wow. Helping everyone. I mean, there's no real one, secret to success, right? I mean, everybody's body's different, but there are things we could do to help. And wow, that's an amazing story. Yeah. I want to live till 105 too, Doc. Can you help me? What are some of the things you have to start off with when you get to know your client? I mean, what's like the process to come see a chiropractor? Do you need to get blood work done? Like, do you have to do the full body assessment on someone?
It all depends on the person. The consultation, the history is very, very important. Thorough examination. And then from the examination, we can determine what type of diagnostics need to be done. And if, even for the viewers and the listeners, if I'm too far away, I know numerous chiropractors in multiple areas of New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, that I could refer them to. Like, I'm looking at your backdrop of New York City, and I'm thinking about 4 or 5 doctors right off the top of my head that I know in New York, that are just wonderful. But after the thorough examination, we determine what procedures we need to, perform. And then we have a special appointment regarding our findings. If it's an acute situation, we'll see them right away. If it's not, we schedule a special time that we go over all their findings and start care, depending on what they need.
Beautiful. I love it. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you for being here. We still have plenty more time to chat. What else on the agenda for today? Being it's your first show, we're getting to know you. What else would you like to share about you and the practice, and about why people should, obviously come to you?
Well, I believe that, we as healthcare providers have been kind of put in a very tough spot, because the message out there is that, we need to resolve pain, and we need to resolve conditions, instead of looking at it as, how do I educate my patient to live healthier? And that's been the big dilemma. Patients come in, I have a pain. Well, the pain's there for a reason. Let's see what's causing the problem, instead of just masking the symptoms. Or, as we say, and jokingly, but there's a pill and a potion and a lotion for everything. Problem is the better chemistry has never led to better health. So what we need to focus on is, okay, what types of lifestyle is this individual living, and what do we need to change to help them heal and function better? You said something before about helping patients feel better. Yes, we want them to feel better. But really what it comes down to is, I want them to function better, because if they're functioning better, they feel better. So that's really what it comes down to, having people function better in their life. May it be, the teacher, the person who sits behind the desk all day, the reporter, got you there, the chiropractor himself. I mean, I get adjusted regularly.
My thing. Well, well, can I be honest with you? I have a son who just turned 10. 2 years ago, I took him to the regular doctor. He complained about neck pain. He couldn't put his football helmet on. And then I kind of figured it out, and with the doctor's guidance, that, he was home most of the summer, and he wasn't in camp, and he was on the iPad like this a lot. Let me ask you, are you seeing a lot of children with the tablet neck, the phone neck? Is this becoming very popular, unfortunately, amongst our youth?
Yes, it's called text neck. We nicknamed it text neck.
Oh, okay. I never heard of it. Thank you.
What we try to do is educate everybody, and listen, reduce screen time, but at the same time, change your ergonomics, because a lot of this starts causing a lot of neck tension just on the outside perspective. But think of it, all those delicate nerves that control all your immune glands in your neck and your facial structures are affected. So you start seeing kids start having more health issues, colds, flus, congestion, sinus issues, allergies, ear issues. So they're not realizing that there's a relationship with this text neck and loss of curve in their neck with their health problems. So they're taking an antibiotic for an ear infection, or an antibiotic or an inhaler for a respiratory problem, when all they really need is to start getting adjusted and correcting the problem.
Yeah. Absolutely. And wow, can I tell you the truth? My son now, I don't know if it's good or not, he cracks his own neck. He wakes up every day and he does something. It's irritating to me, and it makes me go, oh my gosh, what's going on? But you as a doctor would say that's probably fine. It's like, but he just does it himself. He goes like, and he's like, I feel good. I'm like, is this normal? I mean, it makes him feel good. I don't know what he's doing, but maybe you can learn at that age to do your own neck.
No, unfortunately, what's happening is that he's getting an endorphin release from the joint moving.
Okay.
But really, the areas that are moving are the ones that are moving properly. The ones that aren't moving properly are the ones that we focus on.
Got it. So
he's making himself hypermobile in the areas that, unfortunately, are normal. Tell him to stop doing that.
He won't, and I'm going to have to bring him to a chiropractor. I never did. They
Yeah.
they assigned us physical therapy, which we did, and then that was a year ago, right? And then it got a little better, right? And then this whole he started cracking his neck thing made him feel better, and then that I gave up, and I feel like he's okay, but I didn't realize that. So if he still
We'll
has
get
this,
your referral.
thank you. He still has this urge to do that. There's obviously underlying issues. I just thought maybe he figured out what to do. How naive as a parent, but if someone's listening, I'm hoping we're teaching you something today.
Well,
Go ahead.
that's why I put out something every couple of weeks. The more information patients have, the better choices they make. Listen, there's nothing wrong with, there's a need for medical care. There's a need for chiropractic care. What we look at is perspective of medical care is for the crisis intervention,
Yeah.
crisis care. Healthcare is where you start taking a very conservative approach.
Mm-hmm.
Nutritional factors. Look at a doctor who's providing you and empowering you with something
Yeah.
for you to change.
Yeah.
You can't change with
Yeah.
just taking a pill.
No. Nope. Not. No. It's just maybe hiding the real problem for a little bit. It's yeah.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Well,
but
can
it
I
was
also ask about
very,
athletes? You do sports for people who are athletes and into sports. There's great care there at your facility as well, right?
yes, we see a lot of children with young adults with sports injuries. Soccer players, football players, badminton. I have one young lady who's in badminton right now. It's interesting. She's my first badminton player in 32 years. Volleyball players. They just function at a better level. They get adjusted. They find themselves having better reaction time. They notice themselves they're much more balanced and coordinated with their athletic ability. Is it the only thing? No, but at least it's a start to help them get there. They notice that they don't injure themselves as much as everybody else around them also. Now, does that tie in with the balance and coordination? Probably. So see the relationship there. Your spinal alignment is so important. It's your foundation of your body.
Mm-hmm.
The structural integrity of your body is going to determine how your body functions at its peak level. So my job as a chiropractor, just keep everybody functioning as best as possible. Do we get sick? Sure. But it's how you recover also, which is important. So if I can get a patient to recover faster from a cold or an ailment, I've done my job. And not having to take anything.
Wow. And let me ask you about people coming in from car accidents. Is that something you're working with those type of patients as well?
Yes, we see personal injury
That's
patients.
the word I'm looking for, personal injury. Thank you.
Yeah. Yes, we do. Some patients who have experienced trauma from injuries from an accident or a slip or a fall with on the job activity, but we get them as functioning as best as possible so they can get back to work as quickly as possible. Chiropractic has always been hailed as one of the number one approaches for workman's comp and personal injury clients because we get them back to functioning faster than any other healthcare provider.
Beautiful.
So if less time off, more dollars saved for the employer. And everybody likes to hear that.
Very true. And by the way, I don't know, your state, everyone has different rules and all, but is some insurance accepted for some chiropractic care? I guess it all depends on, whatever provider you have, correct?
Yes. And today's healthcare environment, the insurance is a weird situation. There's so many different insurance plans with, very minimal deductibles, high deductibles, but we accept what we can. We provide you coverage in office if necessary. If you don't have insurance, we have in-office health plans. We just qualify everything for you, and we give you your choices of what type of care you would like.
Beautiful. All right. And in our last few minutes.
And that's most offices.
Okay, got it. And being this is our first show, I just want to make sure we're covering everything in our last few minutes. What else in particular did you want your audience, to know about you and, of course, the care that you provide over at Cheshire Chiropractic?
Well, I do believe that the more informed a patient is, the better choices they will make. And, yeah, they may be too far away from me or close to me, to my office, but go on our website, look up the information. We have our email address. We have our phone number. If you'd like information, don't hesitate to email us. We'll get you something out there. And if you'd like a referral in your area, just give us 2 or 3 towns in your region where you're located, and we'll find your referral close by. I've been involved with the national and state organizations, so I know a multitude of colleagues that I could refer to.
Wonderful. And if someone wants to reach out, would you mind again sharing all the forms of contact that we can reach you?
Yes, CheshireChiropractic.com, the website. They can look at our Facebook page, Central Connecticut Chiropractic, and the Instagram page, which I believe is Central CT Chiropractic. Central CT Chiropractic, correct.
Yeah, if I searched I searched for it before. I just searched your full name in Connecticut, and it popped up on Instagram. So if it's not right,
excellent.
You can do it that way. Go ahead.
And then our phone number also, you can call my staff. My staff is great. They're just amazing. They will get information out to you as soon as possible.
Beautiful. And leaving off, let me just ask you, what do you love so much about the chiropractic care you provide?
I'm able to change lives on a daily basis.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like an example, I had patients this morning from 7:30 on. Nothing but an amazing engagement in what their needs are, able to provide, give them advice, and I know that they're taking a proactive approach.
Amazing.
So I get to make a difference every day.
Beautiful. Thank you so much. Pleasure having you here, getting to know you, and hopefully we'll get to connect again soon. Thank you so much for your time today.
Jill, it was wonderful. Thank you for the invite.
Same here, and have a fantastic day, and even better week. And I think we're getting a little snow tomorrow, right? I'm on Long Island, by the way. You're in Connecticut, so hopefully,
yes.
Yeah, keep it safe tomorrow. You'll probably get more than we do.
I'll be waving at you.
All right. Thank you so much. You have a fantastic day. Bye-bye. Thank you. Broadcasting from the business capital of the world, this is the Podcast Business News Network.
Adopt US Kids presents Multiple Choice Parenting.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes?
How could he do this to you? And for Sheila, she has split ends.
B, console her?
Oh, sweetie, this is going to happen a lot. 4, maybe 5 more times before you get married.
C, take charge?
Got to get this all straightened out. Give a little talking to, man to man, mano a mano. Hey, Steve! Is now a good time? No? Okay, no problem. Bye.
Or D, help her find a new boyfriend?
I know a great place to meet boys. The internet. Nice, single boys. Never mind. How about some ice cream?
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
For more information on how you can adopt, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement from the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.